Hello? Hey, what's up? No, that's got in for my drawing class. Yeah, I'm working on a project. Oh, you guys are going out tonight? No, I can't make it, man. I really gotta get this finished. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow night. That sounds good. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
In the dark, I can see the light come to me and flow like the rapids through my body as my blood boils under my skin. Let air come between my flesh and the earth as you take my identity. Tamper with the unknown is the ultimate fear. Within light, there is darkness. And within darkness, there is death. To live inside this death is to fear forever.
What the hell?
I'm alive.
Hi, I'm not a professional proctologist, but I do play one on TV. And because of that, I spend too much time examining people who maybe watch too much TV and should see a real doctor. And this job does tend to get to you, because after a while, with all the patients coming in with all their problems, you just get a little upset. So what I like to do, before I light up the proctoscope for the last time, is tear into my first Hender beer. Hender beer is brewed by the banks of the lovely Merrimack River, and is just a taste sensation that gets you through the day.
Doctor, your next patient's here.
As you can see, things do get pretty backed up around here. So I think I'm just going to finish this Hender beer and go see my last patient. Remember what they say, Hender beer. Quality is our last name, no is our first.
love dies, the guilt of letting her go is greater than the loss. Please, Val, help me to understand why your love for death was greater than your love for me. You're forcing me to live your pain is so unfair. My love for you was pure.
Mother, don't cry. Let me show you my life to help you understand. Come with me. Don't be afraid.
What the fuck is she? I'm looking all over the fucking place. There you are, baby. I've been looking all over for you.
Where have you been?
Just out drinking. Look, baby, I brought you a rose.
Thank you. You know, sit down. You look so good. Come on, take your clothes off.
No, let's get hot.
Come on, it's getting late.
Come on, let's go. Come on, the shit's in my jacket, man. Chill out.
Come on.
No, let's go. Come on. Let's get a little high before we go to sleep. It'll make everything so much better.
Joey,
Where are you, baby?
why don't you just save it for tomorrow night? Tomorrow.
No,
Come on,
come on.
not tonight. Just put it away. Why don't you just let me have it? Here, I'll do it for you. Let
You
me
won't
have
do it.
for
You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Joey, just come on. Let's just go.
Come on.
Come on, that's plenty.
Baby, you're gonna do it with me, so we're not gonna have that much.
Why don't you let me do it for you, okay?
Come on.
Let me do it for you.
You can't make me.
Let me do it for you, Joey. Joey, calm down. I'm not gonna fucking calm down. I'm gonna fucking calm down. No reason for that.
The fuck is the problem? God damn you! Fucking bullshit! You know? Fuck this!
The Lord is my shepherd. There is nothing I lack. In green pastures you let me graze. To safe waters you lead me. You restore my life.
Since you open yourself up to this realm, there's no turning back. Now you're mine.
Oh my God, please help me, God. Please help me.
Validity. It is time. This is the pain you chose. Now that you have learned from these experiences, your work is done here. There are many souls who will eat the fruit of your labor. I want you to take your life and come with me. Don't be afraid. Your love will save you. I saw it in your eyes. Once, you told me your love was pure, and you gave me a white rose. But it's just not enough, Val. I don't understand. I understand your pain. I am your pain.
But it's not enough. It's just still not enough.
Validity, why aren't you here yet? You must let your mother know that you've decided to go through with it. Give her a white rose, and let her know your love is pure.
And so my friends will say good night, for time has claimed his prize. But tonight can always last as long as we keep alive the memories of paradise.
Wow. Hi, honey. Oh, thank you, honey. You did a great job cleaning the house. I'm sorry that I didn't have the time, but you did a great job.
We need to talk.
Oh, can it wait, honey? I'm really busy.
No,
I don't need. I have to go.
Mom, keep it down.
What's wrong?
Mom, listen. I've done a lot of thinking.
What is it
and
now?
I've made a decision.
What is it?
I'm going to change.
Whatever, Val. Just don't make a mess.
Mom, you don't understand.
You can't be serious.
Mom, you know I've had a hard life. You know it's been a day-to-day struggle for me just to stay alive. I've had enough now. I'm tired.
Honey, we've talked about this before.
I know, Mom, but
if you want me to get you counseling again, I will.
Mom, it won't work this time. I've got to go through with this.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mom, take me. as a symbol of my love for you as pure. I know this might sound so crazy to you, but I couldn't leave you today. And I love you. I don't want anything from
Stop this foolishness. I'm not hearing this.
Please try to understand. I'm telling you this so I can leave in peace.
This isn't fair, Val. If you think that you can prepare me for something like this, there's no way you could ever prepare me.
I'm sorry, Mom, but this is the way it has to be.
This is it? This is all your explanation? This is all you can tell me? I don't understand, Val. Everything was perfectly normal this morning. Who put this evil idea into your head?
Mom, it's not evil. And I'm doing it because...
Because what?
Mom, I'm doing it because...
God damn it, Val,
I have
why?
to, Mom. I'm doing it because I have to. It's the only thing in my life I've ever been certain of. Don't you understand? It's all clear to you now. All my life I've been helping this one and that one. Everybody but myself. Finally time to do something for me, Mom.
But to take your life now?
To take my life, exactly.
How are you going to do it?
With a gun. That way it won't hurt.
A gun? Well, where on God's earth did you get a gun?
Mom, it doesn't matter where I got it. I have to go now. Bravo. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm happy now. There's nothing you could have done to change my mind. Just remember that I love you, that I'll always be here for you. I miss you, Mom.
When you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand and nothing, oh, nothing is going right. Close brighten up even your darkest night. You just call up my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yeah, babe, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you. Are there people in your life that make you feel like this? If so, are you too intimidated by them to let them know? Or you want to write them a letter, but you think it is an act of cowardness? I have only one suggestion for someone like you. Look them in the eyes and tell them with a straight face, I have no teeth. Then turn around and tell them not to mess with you because... Have you ever been inside the mind of a killer? You should listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. When I'm finished with my story, I'm going to take that knife and gouge out my eyes, so that I may never see evil again. I've seen enough. I don't want to see anymore. Come in. Son, it's time. Dad, not again. I've been doing better. It hasn't been good enough. Take off your shirt. Oh, no. Please, Dad. Do it now. I'm only doing this to help you. I'm trying to straighten you out. I told you were too fat. Every month for a year, my father assisted me in my weight loss. But you know, after a while, I never felt it. I tried for months to starve myself, until the day came when I reached his goal. That was the moment he began to fuck me.
Oh, Daddy, please stop it! Daddy, please stop it! sounds of pain that echoed in my head, it never came out. I could barely breathe as his hands covered my face. My mother, she never heard a thing as she sat in front of the television.
Aren't you putting a bit of a strain on your marriage?
I think if I didn't work for Jane, well, things would be worse.
Who, you, Jane, or Laura?
Me, Jane, and Laura.
You're not saying it right. It's me, Jane, you, Tarzan.
I still never take off my shirt. My mother could never understand how I went from being a straight-A student to getting suspended all the time for kicking some fat kid's ass. I tried to tell her. I was afraid my father would kill her, as he always threatened to. I hated every fat kid I saw, and I was determined to straighten their ass out. To make them more like me. I remember the time I kicked this kid in the throat, and he started spitting up blood. They told me he almost died. After I saw his fat ass rolling all over the ground, wiggling around like he was having an epileptic fit, I felt like the most powerful person in the world right then. And I wanted to keep that power. No one could ever touch me again once I kept that edge. I guess at that moment, I knew I was destined to kill. The funny thing is that I knew when I had this dream. I was in a dark room, sitting at a table, when I felt something. It sure wasn't human behind me. When I turned around, there was this guy in a hangman's robe, pointing a cup at me. It looked like the kind of cup you see in church. He kept pushing it at me until I took it. I looked into the cup and saw this thick, red liquid. I raised the cup to my mouth and took a sip. It was then that I realized I was drinking my own blood. I sucked in every drop as it made me 10 times more powerful than I was when I was kicking that fat kid around. It was at that moment that I knew any trace of my humanity, it was gone. I had no conscience. I had no fear of death. I had no fear. The next night I killed this girl. She was walking along a wooded area when I ran across her. She's not my age. Maybe 16, a year older. She was looking for her dog and asked if I'd help her find it. We walked around for a while before we came by this bridge. I told her that I thought I saw something by the side of the river. We slid down the embankment
she started crawling under the bridge. It seemed to happen in slow motion. It was so effortless and silent. She was on all fours under the bridge when I grabbed her hair and yanked her head back. Took out my father's knife and slit her throat. This was even easier than kicking that fat kid around. I leaned over her and drank as much blood as I could. Then pushed her back into the water. I watched her for a while as I saw her body sink down into the water. I think I saw a dog going through some trash as I walked to the closest hamburger shop. It may not have been hard work, but it sure did make me hungry. I must admit, that was the best tasting burger I had ever eaten. This became a ritual. I've never killed anyone and didn't drink their blood. Yeah. Almost vampire-like. I think that's why I used the knife. To be close. To feel their pain. To feel their fear and to see their resignation. Feel life drain. At that moment, they're most powerful. They mock humanity. Just like me. The blood helped me experience that moment in my dream. Like when I swallowed the last bit of my own blood. After the first kill, I figured the feel would not be as strong, and that it would dissipate. I was wrong. Each kill, each taste of blood, each time I looked into their eyes, I knew I had taken as much from them as what was taken from me. Take, for example, all the drugs that you have done. Take them all at once. That could never compare to the euphoria that I feel. I feel sorry that you can never feel that power. Because through the years, I must say the real power comes because I've never been caught. Oh sure, I've been questioned, but they just never had enough to charge me on. And when they moved on to other suspects, I just moved on to other victims in other cities. My acts are random. And that's why no one really ever thought of this as a serial killer situation. I really wouldn't even call it that. About an hour and a half ago, I had my last kill.
I didn't know it was going to be my last kill. But I can show you that it is. I came back home for the first time in years. Because my father died. Not to mourn, of course. That moment passed a lifetime ago. I came back to make sure he was dead. You know what? There's nothing like touching a cold, lifeless body to make sure of that. So after that, I was finding myself wandering around, and soon I came across the wooded area. Where my first murder took place. I had never killed two people in the same city. I've never felt the desire. Until now. This was as strong as any other. But for the first time, I knew exactly what I wanted. I'd kill every make and model of humanity during my quest. Once I was in a real bad mood. And this thing was just yapping and yapping all night long. Yes, I even killed a dog. I gotta tell you, it has the worst tasting blood in the universe. It must be their body temperature. Anyway. I knew that I had to have a fat boy. No older than 15. And like I've said before, the power that I possess, I made sure that without spending too much time, I'd find the right one. I thought it was funny that he was playing with his dog by the same river and under the same bridge as my first murder. The only thought I had about the girl was that I hope she tasted better to the fish than what the dog tasted to me. I called down to the kid and asked him if he'd seen my dog, Biscuit. I thought it was a stupid name too. What do you want? I had to act fast, and the kid, he looked like some Pillsbury doughboy. I slid down the embankment again, and when the kid looked up, I punched the fat fucker in the face. I was overcome with rage. As he rolled around on the ground, I kicked him in the throat to stop his screaming. By that time, the dog was going nuts. So I whipped out my father's knife and slit the dog's throat. Then I send its carcass down the river as I watched it floating. Hope the fish didn't mind.
As I leaned down to kill or to slit this fat boy's throat, I had a second thought. So I lifted up his shirt and I carved out a hunk of fat and popped it into my mouth. It rivaled dog on the taste scale. I wouldn't recommend it. His blood was mixing into the moist river. As I looked into his eyes, I saw a fear that I recognized. It was a fear that was once mine. And in that split second, I saw all the demons reflect in his dying eyes. These demons, they were taunting me, telling me that I wasn't as powerful as I had believed. Telling me that every one of my murders, it allowed them to go into someone else. Take control of their life, like they had done mine. For the first time in 20 years, I cried. I knew that I would never kill again. I've inflicted enough pain on the innocent. I've endured enough pain in my life. I've seen enough. Pain. To never want to see it again. I never want to see evil again.
how are you today?
I'm so depressed right now I could write a country western song. You see, I just found out that my girlfriend is bisexual. Yeah, every time I say bye, she has sex. But I thought that I'd outsmart her, so I learned to say goodbye in other languages. But that didn't work. Now she just sleeps with foreigners.
How are you coping with it?
I'm in therapy. But let me ask you a question. My therapist just bought a house in Aspen. Does that mean that I'm almost cured?
I'm really not qualified to answer that.
That's okay. I've got to tell you that up until this point, I've always been afraid of therapists.
Why is that?
You know, because the word spells the rapist.
I can understand that. I heard you got a new hobby.
I like to send chain letters using real chains. And I don't like to brag, but I do have one of the world's largest collections of random thoughts.
How's your writing going?
I've just started a fanzine about fans.
That must be interesting.
It's pretty cool, but it's more a labor of love right now, so I had to keep my day job as a computer deprogrammer. It's not a bad job, and I get to make some extra money because they let me set up an ass-kissing booth. But I want more. I went on an interview recently as a toll taker on the information superhighway, but it didn't go too well. In the middle of the interview, I sat up and screamed, "Nap time! Nap time!" I was tired, but I've got to tell you, it wasn't a good career decision. But I'm telling you, everything will change once I finish my degree in paper airplane maintenance.
Is this what you always wanted to do?
No. When I was younger, I was confused. So I called the Army and told them I wanted to be all I could be. So I gained 800 pounds. And a few years ago, things were really tough. I couldn't get a job to save my life. So I used to stand on a busy street corner with a sign that said, "We'll work for a vasectomy." But that only works once, you know. Soon after that, a few things worked in my favor, and I got a grant to make sure that there's always room for Jell-O.
What did you do today?
Well, this morning I went to the gym, you know, to build up my resistance. Then I took the T to work, and at each stop I screamed out, "Are we there yet?" The other passengers really seemed to like that. The first thing I did when I got to work was call a funeral home and ask if they deliver. I do that every day, unless it's PBS Pledge Week. If that's the case, I call and pledge my undying loyalty. But then it was time for my morning break, so I took a little walk, pausing along the way to give some panhandlers some foreign currency. When I saw this woman and her cute little kid, she was playing with him. It was so cute. So I walked up to her and asked if the kid bites. She got all bent out of shape, but you can't be too careful with strange pets, you know. Let me ask you, if all babies are cute and smart, where do all the stupid and ugly people come from?
I wouldn't know that, but let's continue with the rest of your day.
Oh, after this, the day got crazy. I had to call a friend of mine, but I forgot my phone book, so I called information and asked for the number that's third from the top on the left side of my speed dialer, and they called themselves information. So I thought I'd give them a second chance, so I asked them if they knew how many marbles a person loses in a lifetime. That's the last time I called them. But then it was time for lunch, and I had a doctor's appointment because I think I have a congenital girth defect. I'm not sure about that, but I did check it out and everything turned out okay. I got back to the office late, and all I had time to do was call my travel agent and try to book a flight of fancy. It wasn't as easy as you'd expect. Then finally, with the workday over, the first thing I did was go to a stranger's funeral and ask the family for the $20 the dead guy owed me. I can make a couple of $100 a week if I hustle. Then I had to go to another doctor. I know, it was pretty sad. This time I had to bring my sick stuffed animal to the vet. She's all right now, but while I was there, I had the vet put my pet peeves to sleep.
Well, it's quite a full life you lead.
Yeah, I know some people couldn't put up with my hectic pace, but it works well for my lifestyle. Hey Ed, after the interview, would you like to come with me to the heavy petting zoo?
I don't think I'll have time.
That's cool. Maybe tomorrow you'd like to come to my house. I just set up a really cool fillet-of-fish tank.
I don't think so.
Maybe some other time then. Hey, I just remembered that I'm going to have to cut this short because I have to go to a potluck dinner tonight, and I have to prepare my big plate of joints and rabbit's feet. See ya.
So that was Chris Zell, everybody. My friend, the weirdo.
Be with me, then we will see. Constructive with my head.